So let's get into that. Let's get into some of those
Mhm.
tips that you do give women when they want to develop that confidence to be able to communicate to their leadership and to their organizations on what their needs and what their wants are so that they can be the best version of ourselves. Give us
Mhm.
some tips on how you do that.
100%. So the big thing, the framework that I use in my coaching is called the BOLD framework.
Mhm.
And BOLD, the B stands for breaking through barriers. And let me give you the acronym first. So it's BOLD, breaking through barriers. The O is owning our leadership narrative. The L is leading with authenticity. So that means not sacrificing who you are or trying to emulate another leader or another person that you think, oh, maybe that's the way I need to be. And then D, driving continuous change. So let's get back to the B around breaking through barriers. The big thing there is understanding internally what we need, who we are. So that's where I focus on the four core principles of self leadership. That means self awareness. So,
Mhm.
do I know what I need? Do I know where I am? Do I know where I need to, what my strengths and weaknesses or growth opportunities are? And then we move into self motivation. Am I self motivated? Do I need others to motivate me, or do I know what I need to do? So that helps them get clarity on understanding what their needs are. So, which needs are met, which needs are not being met. And then the needs that are not being met, who needs to meet them? Do I need to meet them as the person? Do I need somebody else? Because what we sometimes tend to do is we will push over the responsibility to someone else and say, well, I'm tired because somebody gave me all this work. And the question is, well, did you advocate for yourself and say, I have 5 projects on my plate right now. I only have 3 weeks before I go on vacation. And asking your manager, which ones do you want me to prioritize? Because we are not going to get to all of them. Instead of saying, yes, sure, I'll take on project 6, and then working day and night to complete that and ultimately burning out. So the strategy there is really getting clear on what your listener needs, and then getting clear on asking for help. So one way, the communication piece is, first of all, scheduling that meeting, hopefully face to face, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's in person, and saying, hey, I have these projects. I know the results as a business that we're trying to get, but I'm concerned. And I will tell you why, and explaining what is happening, giving clear information, giving 3 reasons why everything won't be able to get done. And then asking the person that you're having the conversation, your manager, and saying, okay, which projects are we prioritizing? My recommendation is that we prioritize the following. So what we're not doing, we're not showing up for that meeting and say, hey, I have a problem. Can you solve it? We coming to that meeting prepared. We're saying there is a problem. Here's why it's a problem. And here's how I recommend we solve the problem. And then leaving it up to the manager to give you some guidance, saying, I need an answer by Friday. It's Wednesday today. We're having our meeting. Let me know by 1 p.m. on Friday, and I will adjust or make shifts as needed. So that's the first thing around breaking through barriers. So those internal barriers. And then the owning your leadership narrative. We all have a story to share. And it's important that we start stepping into that story, to claim it, to own it, to tell it, to share it with others and say, hey, this is what I care about. This is what I stand for. This is where I'm the subject matter expert. And leaning into your own strengths. And when you're looking at your growth opportunities, saying, okay, how much longer is it going to take me to get really good at the skill that I'm not good at?
Mhm.
Maybe a different way to approach is to say, if I look at my team, who is better at this than me? And it's okay as the leadership, as the one leading and planning that event, to say, I'm going to pull in Susie because Susie is far better skilled at this particular issue. So I'll bring her in.
Mhm.
So, you know, being really clear in terms of what skills you have, what skills you don't have, and then leaning on your team and delegating to them to their expertise and to their skills, the skill
Mhm.
set. And then leading with empathy is very clearly talking about who you are as a leader. How do you show up? How do you show up as your ultimate best? What do you need in order to lead with authenticity? It's that ability to make sure you take care of yourself, that well-being, that wellness. Are you rested? Are you getting enough? So are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting the nutrition you need? Are you getting the exercise that you need? And exercise, it doesn't mean you have to go to the gym and work out for 3 hours. It could very simply be, I'm going to take a 15-minute walk during my lunchtime
Yeah.
around the block. That
Mhm.
just getting your body moving, that gives us, again, when you come back, clarity of mind, where you are ready to show up as your best and lead from your place of power instead of leading from a place of disempowerment.
Mhm.
And then driving constant change is when we look at women in leadership. Women are vastly underrepresented, and that starts right at the beginning. When we look at moving from entry level to manager,
Mhm.
for every 100 men who are promoted to manager level, only 87 women are promoted from entry level to manager. And as you continue on that ladder or on that rung, less and less women are promoted. So by the time you get to senior level positions, there are fewer women to promote. And the change that someone needs to drive, that women need to drive, and men who are allies and sponsors, is that we need women at the top, and we need that culture to change. We need more women to start being promoted from entry level to manager, because when we have more women in different leadership levels, there are more women to promote to higher levels. So in terms of just tips around communication, it's always about knowing who is your audience, being clear on what they care about, because
Mhm.
any request that you are going to make, whether it's about taking time off, whether it's about a promotional opportunity, whether it's about a salary increase, you want to be able to throw that over their interests. You want to make sure that it matters to them. So tell them why you deserve that promotion. Tell them how it will make an impact on the business results, on the team, on the projects that are being met. And really this comes back to being clear on what results you have impacted positively. And that's something, we often as women think that we have to be humble. We have to be careful. We shouldn't be talking or bragging about our achievements and the results we get with our teams. And it's not really bragging. It's simply stating, hey, this is how I led my team to success. We are the marketing team. We are the event planner team. These are the events that we successfully pulled off in 2023.
Mhm.
And there's nothing braggadocious about that. It's simply
Yeah.
stating, if I had not been here, if I had not been leading my team, would the success have happened?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I really appreciate you taking us through the bold framework. I think that that was just a lot of great information. It's packed and it's awesome. So thank you so much. And I really like the reiteration of being clear. I think
Mhm,
that's what I heard loud and clear was
mhm,
being clear with who you're speaking with, being clear about what you want and what your needs are, and being clear in terms of what you want to receive back, right? And
mhm,
when you would like for that to be done. And I love the fact that you talked about just promoting yourself or promoting your business. Definitely stating the fact if you did a great job or if you receive
mhm.
an award, it's okay to say, hey, we received an award for X, Y, and Z. It's a
Absolutely.
fact. You received the award.
Yes.
So
Why sweep it under the rug?
exactly. Go ahead and share that. So and that's really helpful with building confidence in in the industry, but also building confidence in women because even for the event professional world, we do see that we do have a lot of women in this industry. However, not necessarily like you mentioned when you get up the ranks and get towards
Mhm,
the managers and the director level and even VP level and above.
mhm,
So it's great to be able to have this information because the more we can be clear, the more that we can put ourselves out there, have those conversations with leaders, it really can help open up possibilities for ourselves and for
mhm.
other women coming up.